Hi everyone. Okay, so here's our 9630 with 2 button modules. Okay, as you see, there are no labels. It's just numbers only. Okay, but what I've done is I've got a system here. I'm going to go in. It uses a combination of web server and Perl script. So I'm going to go in and load labels. Okay, I'm going to do a restore and then wait for the retrieval in progress, retrieval done. So I'm doing 3 restores. Okay. So I do 3 restores within a few seconds of each other. The web server then recognizes that, kicks off a little script, generates labels, and now I can wait, a few seconds. The script takes a second or two. Well, more like 15, 20 seconds. Then all I do is do another restore and watch these labels auto-fill. Very exciting. Okay, there are some of you out there that'll be very excited about this. Me, I'm excited about it because I hated labeling these things. It was awful. Anyway, the other thing we can do is I'm going to go ahead and actually restore labels and clear those because actually the label file wasn't written by Avaya by the system yet. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that. If we made or received a phone call, then the log file, the file would have been overwritten, which is fine. So I'm just going to restore the button labels. Restore default button labels is what I'm going to do actually. So that flushes all the labels out. So now we're back to defaults again, okay? And I'm going to show you an even easier, cooler way to do this. And that doesn't require waiting. So you walk up to somebody's phone, they need new labels on the phone, and you say, hey, can you, my labels don't work, or you walk up and you say, hey, can I just label your phone really quick? Maybe they're a new employee or something like that. If you do 3 restores, and then a 4. So basically 4 restores, all within 5 seconds of each other. Okay, the Apache server recognizes the 4th, and then kicks off a second script that reboots the phone. So the 3rd restore will generate labels. The 4th restore will reboot the phone. By the time the phone is done rebooting, the labels will be ready, and that's why you can just walk away at this point. So it's very common in my case. I would walk up to someone's desk. It's all muscle memory, right? You hit menu and then you do the appropriate OK and up arrow, and then you just do 1, 2, 3, 4 restores and walk away. And by the time the phone is done rebooting, you'll have a fully labeled Avaya phone. It's very exciting, but again, it's a very specialized script, right? So there are only a few of you out there who might be excited about this, but those of you excited about it are probably going to be very excited about it. There are a couple cool things about it. One, the 3rd line. So in my particular case, the first 2 lines would be the name of the person. Okay, first name, last name. So first name appears at the top. You only get 13 characters, and each extension is 4 digits in my case. So 13 characters, 1 space, 4-digit extension. Anyway, it ends up being 8 characters for a name. And also it requires some consistent naming convention, like last name, comma, first name for the script to find it. So this is named reception, of course. But then the 3rd line, look at that. We get the full DID. Nowhere in the Avaya system is the telephone aware of its own DID. So how does it know that? Well, that's a little bit of manual entry on the script. So the script is aware of all DID ranges, so it knew that the 8800s were a particular DID. The other thing is, if you look on the right, you will find there are some auto intercoms. Okay, I should have pointed those out earlier. We're going to restore, and I think I'm going to end up blowing out these labels here. Let's check. And they're good. Okay, cool. All right, so we've restored. I ended up doing a restore before the phone had written its log, right? So as soon as the phone puts its call log, then those labels are correct. But anyway, if you look on the right, auto intercom 310, auto intercom 302, auto intercom 312, those are lame labels, right? I'm almost embarrassed as a telephone guy to hand some person a phone, especially admins or something like that are covering a lot of intercoms, a lot of lines. Okay, we've also got busy indicators on the bottom right, and then on the very bottom right we've got some speed dials. Okay, of course people are going to want these labeled with something more appropriate, and I don't think it's realistic to expect them to go into the menu, custom label, and then use the keypad, 222665555, and then enter, especially because they may lose it at some point when the phone reboots, or that label file gets blown out, or if they want to make even the slightest change to their phone, they'll lose their label. So the script also checks auto intercom memberships. It will it'll look at, just like bridged appearances and busy indicators. It'll go and get the names of all those associated extensions. Okay, and then there's also a custom label, just a little text file that you can modify to label individual buttons for speed dials. So if they have like a 11-digit number and they would rather have Kathy's cell or something like that, right? If they want a cell phone number or label it, then the script will do that as well. So we're just going to let this reboot one more time. Pay no attention to the 404 error that pops up when I'm trying to download a cert, I guess, or a PEM file. Yeah, don't worry about that. 404. Okay. And contacting call server. There we go. So we contact call server, and then the phone will go out and load its config file and paint the labels on the display. So it seems almost a shame to have such a beautiful phone with such gorgeous LCDs for every line and not use it. Anyway, so that's why I've got this this script that does it. There we go. Okay, bottom right, valet and parking. Did you see that? So the very bottom right, those 10-digit numbers have been replaced with the label of valet and parking. Also, we have a couple busy indicators. So there's an exclamation mark in between. So telecom, exclamation mark 4199, Michael O, exclamation mark 7819. Those are busy indicators. That exclamation means that. You can modify that in the Perl script. And then auto intercoms. You see IC Dennis G, auto IC 3. Oh, only the Dennis G worked. And then we have a guest. Maybe auto intercom 32 is empty. I don't know. A little embarrassing. But pretend that worked, because this script is foolproof. So that's what we've got here. So I would love to show you how I did this. And that is at rogerthephoneguy.com, rogerthephoneguy.com, and I'll show you how we did this.